Why does getting to the airport have to be such a dilemma? The driving, parking, finagling a ride. Well, if you take Uber, it doesn't. It's easy. Just install the Uber app. Enter your destination, confirm your location, and within minutes, a car will pick you up. Whether you're catching the red eye or taking off at the crack of dawn, you can request a ride 24/7. So avoid the hassle. Install the Uber app now and take your first ride today. Uber, the better way to get there.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is Not Your Demographic, a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
Demis.
Hi, guys.
Well, good news is that the world is not officially on fire.
Not yet.
Day 6.
Everything is very tiring.
Yeah, we're both like little zombies right now.
Yeah.
So,
how are you, other than the impending doom surrounding us?
I'm okay. I just like a sleepy guy. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch a bunch of Star Trek today. I was like, I almost started watching The West Wing, and I was like, I can't. I was like,
nope.
Part of me was like, this will make me feel really hopeful, and I was like, this will throw me into the deepest, darkest despair.
Absolutely.
I cannot do this, because I've been wanting to rewatch The West Wing for a while, because it's like my favorite show of all time. Like, I know that's so cliche, and like, what a little liberal nerd, but like, it's got drama, it's got good characters, it's got great story development, like, what else? It's got fast walking. It's got
clippy dialogue.
Yeah.
I've never seen The West Wing.
Diversity. They spotlight lots of issues, but it lacks diversity. That's a thing that you could say.
It's also representative of what government was like at the time. It also lacked diversity in many ways, so...
We got Dooley Hill holding it down. Dooley Hill's character is like my favorite. One of my favorite episodes is when he's like, I'm about to get my tax return. I'm going to do all this cool shit with my tax return. And then he gets his tax return back, and he like ends up owing the government money, and he like refuses to let it go. And he's like, yo, President Bartland, we have to talk about this. And he's like, that's how the government works. And then he's like, man, that's not fair. I work so hard. And then President Bartland buys him all the cool shit he was going to buy. And he was like, you work very hard, but that's also how government works. Here's your DVD player or whatever.
Awesome.
I just like that he was like, I don't care if you're the president. We're going to talk about how this tiny real world thing affects my life. And then it's like, oh, that's how it affects everybody's life. It's teaching us. And Aaron Sorkin. Aaron Sorkin was just in the corner like snorting coke and was like, I'm a genius.
Right. I'm feverishly writing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't watch that. That's a bad idea.
So I'm not watching that. So I started, I waffled back and forth between DS9, which is my favorite Star Trek, and TNG. But it's been a very long time since I've watched TNG. So I started at the beginning. I started with Farpoint. The first season is so weird because they're like trying to set up a bunch of stuff that like just goes away later. That's the first season of everything. But also Riker without a beard is the worst.
Weird. Very weird.
And Tasha Yar is also the worst. I'm really glad that she dies. Spoiler alert, Tasha Yar dies.
You've had enough time.
Anyways, that was my day.
Yeah, that's good.
Today. And I'm just like, holding it down, just trying to...
One day at a time.
Trying to stay informed and stay active and also like not jump off of a building. So that's the best that we can all do.
Yep.
I just ordered some cheesy sticks and chicken wings because I was like, this is what I need right now. Some self-care.
Listen to your body.
Don't listen to your body because your body's like, I need celery sticks. And you're like, eat this cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
How was your week? I want to talk about the AEW show I went to, but I want to do that after we do this. The preliminary, hey, how are you?
Yeah, this politics exists portion of Not Your Demographic.
Everybody's favorite part.
Right? You just gotta make it through this. Or you skip it, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's possible.
We know people who exclusively listen to this part.
That's true. I know several people who only listen to this part. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for listening anyways.
Your downloads still count.
Yeah, absolutely they do. My week was pretty good. Actually, I went to Lansing for the Women's March. So that was really cool. I went in on Friday, so I worked all day and then went in on the train and did not watch anything from the inauguration, which was a good decision. It was the right decision on my part.
I started to watch some, and then I started to cry, and then the baby was in front of me, and she saw me crying, and then she started crying, and I was like, nope, we're not doing this.
Yep. Yeah, I woke up in the morning, and it, like, kind of hit me that it was really happening, and I cried for the first time in, like, months. It was hard. It was nice to be in an office with a bunch of people who were also very upset, and, like, no one wanted to have anything on, so that was also really nice. So I went in on Saturday. I met up with Tony, one of my oldest friends.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He picked me up from the train station on that Friday night, and we just went out to the bars, and we only went to bars that didn't have TVs, and just got trash, like, super trash. Like, I don't drink super hard anymore, not really. Like, I like to drink, but I don't really get, like, drunk, and I was drunk.
How did you march?
We woke up in the morning, I had a glass of water and a cup of coffee and a bowl, and we all went down together, and we were going to take the bus down to the Capitol. All of the buses were so full that when we got out onto Michigan Avenue, we were down by, like, Theo's, like, far from the Capitol.
Right.
And everyone was just walking. Like, people were walking from,
That's cool.
Frandor, basically. Because it was supposed to be a symbolic march because Lansing couldn't get the permits for people to walk downtown. But it just turned into a march because there were so many people going that we all just walked down together. So we walked for, like, a half hour all the way through the city, straight into the lawn, and then there were like 8,000 people on the lawn. It was totally full. It was crazy. And then at the end of the rally, people just started marching around the Capitol Square, which was awesome. And like,
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was great. And like, there were no counter protesters. Everybody was like really connected to each other, and everyone like seemed really happy to be there. And we're all like, we're here for a purpose. We want like to show solidarity and to learn what to do next. So it was actually really great. It was also really nice to see what happens when the police don't treat you immediately like you're criminals. Like,
yeah.
It's, I think in some ways it's really unfortunate because it shows how privileged white people are, that a march that is largely organized and done by white women in many ways, like, it was inclusive in a lot of ways.
And that women are seen as non-threatening.
Right, exactly. Like, it's unfortunate that people who are not like that don't have that privilege, but it is nice now that we have these multi-million people marches that we can point back at and be like, hey, you could do this then, and now you can't, and what exactly is the difference? And if you can't explain yourself, like, you're gonna have to learn how. So I think that ultimately is good that it was like that.
There was a great sign that was like, hey, all you nice white ladies, see y'all at the next Black Lives Matter march, right?
Yeah,
and I was
right?
like, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I agree. I think that's the right thing to do. So yeah, it was pretty great, and it was like nice to see all of my college friends and get to hang out with people. Like, it was a great weekend. It was something that I like really needed, and I needed to be around people who were like, okay, we can do this. We can make it through this.
Yeah.
These last couple of days have been very demoralizing, but
yeah,
it's keep giving money, keep calling your congresspeople. That's all we can do.
The reason that I didn't plan to go down early in March, because like you never know if a protest is going to be peaceful, and I was like, I have to bring my laptop to school, and like I can't financially risk getting my laptop ruined. So like I didn't want to march pre going to class, which sounds like a dumb thing to say, but like my class is important. Yeah. I didn't want to get my computer.
Yeah.
But then once like it was clear that it was this massive thing and it was peaceful, I went down a little bit early because the marches were like right by DePaul's downtown campus. And so I like marched a little bit and was with people, and it was just like really like cool and inspiring. And then of course I went to my class, and like the one dude in my class who had a lot to say, and I immediately like walked in, didn't even take my coat down, take my coat off. I shut him down. Then I looked at my teacher, and she like looked at me like, maybe don't, but also I agree with you. And I was like, all right. Like, I don't got time for this motherfucker right now.
Right? Not today.
Not today. Not today. I also, this is a thing that I did on Inauguration Day. So I was like, I just want to watch the bloodiest match. I want to watch somebody get the fuck beat out of them. And like, I didn't watch WWE for a long time. So I just put it out on Twitter, like, send me the bloodiest match.
Oh, jeez.
And so a bunch of people were like, watch JBL versus Eddie Guerrero on, what was it? No Judgment or Judgment Day. I think it was called Judgment Day. I haven't pulled them on my computer. There's so many different dumb names for these pay-per-views.
Oh my god, they're so dumb.
But it's Eddie Guerrero versus JBL, and not only was it an incredible match, it was the perfect match to watch. It was like, we are Eddie Guerrero. Like, this is the match. Like, this, like, white, pompous billionaire, this, like, heroic Mexican man of the people, like, scrappy fighting back. Eddie Guerrero gets hit with the most brutal chair shot. Like, I almost threw up on the head. Like, it was nasty. And then immediately just, like, gushes of blood down his face and gushes of blood. And then he keeps fighting and has this, like, amazing rally. And I was like, yes, we can do it. We're bleeding from the head, but we can do it. It was just, like, it worked on so many different levels. And then he did the Viva La Raza just, like, covered in blood and was like, I can do it. It was so fucking good. And then by the end of it, JBL was bloody. Like, I'm going to write a little piece about it and put it, I think, hopefully I'll find some time this weekend, but I'm definitely going to write it next week. Just, like, the experience watching it for the first time and in this, like, political climate and, like, the different ways that I was like, yes, and just, like, screaming watching it. But we'll put it on our Tumblr eventually. But it was just, like, it was, like, really satisfying to watch on so many different levels. It was great.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. I didn't even think to, like, I was so depressed. I was like, I don't even want to watch wrestling. I don't want to do anything.
Honestly, and we'll get to it, I was really bored by, like, all of the wrestling I watched this week.
Me too.
Except for that. That, like, gave me life. And I was just like, this is what we are. We can do it. We are all Eddie Guerrero.
Perfect.
It was so good.
Perfect.
But those chair shots, whew, gnarly.
Gross.
So bad.
So gross.
Somebody tweeted at me, I think it was Eddie Van Glam, said that Eddie needed a blood transfusion afterwards because he lost so much blood. There's so much blood.
Holy shit.
I'm like, it's not like, oh, blood. There's so much blood. Because he gets hit, it's like, probably like a 30, 40-minute match, and he gets hit with that chair, like, probably 15 in.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yikes.
It's nuts.
That reminds me of one of the bloodiest matches I've ever watched was Shawn Michaels versus Jericho. The one where it was the last match that WWE had before they had the no blood policy, and it was because of this match. It's the one...
I can't believe it wasn't because of this JBL match. It was nuts.
Jericho elbows Shawn Michaels in the face, and Shawn bladed, but cut way too deep. And so his fucking eye just, like, explodes with blood. He, like, his eyelid is fucking cut open, like, down to the point where you can, like, fucking see through it. Like, he's covered in blood. The whole point of the match was that Jericho was supposed to beat the shit out of him to the point where the ref stopped it, and, like, because it was too bloody to go or it was too violent to go on. But it was so realistic because it was so bloody that it is uncomfortable to watch. Like, I watched it once and was like, oh, they look like they are literally murdering each other. Okay, I can see why they don't do this anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the, like, blading was so good, but, like, it did not feel like a blade.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, the most violent chair shot.
Ugh, so bad.
I literally, like, my mouth dropped like a cartoon, and I'm like, yes. It was nuts.
Ugh, yikes.
So, yeah, that's what I've been doing, watching bloody-ass wrestling.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Violence!
Yay, violence.
What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Dalton Castle peacock shirt. I don't even know how to describe this.
It's
like
cool, though.
It's like an insignia. Yeah, I really like this one.
It looks like the peacock is pumping iron.
Yeah, it kind of does look like that.
That's what I've always thought it was.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I like it because I've had it mistaken for a band t-shirt and a brewery t-shirt, and some people know it's a wrestler shirt. It's just so ambiguous. Yeah. And I just think the design is so clean. I really like it.
I want the Dalton Castle shirt that just says boys, boys, boys on it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Or Let's Break Some Hearts. I think he has that one too. Have you seen the ROH commercial? They're like hyping their merch. And so it's the boys wearing ROH sweatshirts, and then Dalton Castle like rises up from the bottom and he goes, I smell sweatshirts. Who gave you clothes? They look great. It's so funny. The ROH commercials are really funny.
Oh my God, I love the ROH commercials. They're sometimes the best part of the show, not even gonna lie.
Who gave you clothes? They look great. Like, he's so upset about it.
I just adore him. He's so great. What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
Brie mode activated.
I like how right now you have a Brie mode activated shirt. We're both using a Brie mode koozie, and I have a Nikki Bella hat on right now.
This is a Bella household.
This is my times have changed.
How they have changed though.
That's true. Good point.
Oh, it's not like we just bought into the hype.
That's true. That's a good point. It basically took Nikki almost
Also,
dying.
I don't like Brie. I just am obsessed with her.
True. You're right. That's a good point.
Oh, I updated my phone and Brie mode is my alarm, and it used to wake me up going Brie mode, which is the best part of the song, and now it doesn't. It just comes in the middle.
Ew.
Like, why do I even have that as my ringtone?
Yeah. No.
What should I change it to? At me.
Yeah.
But it has to be a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll just do Stone Cold and I'll wake up to Breaking Glass. Yeah, just like shh. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna kick this ass straight.
Yes.
Yes.
If you have better ideas than Amber, but if you don't,
Then
that's perfect.
Keep your goddamn mouth shut. And also maybe just like stop adding me in general. We had a rough day on Twitter.
Yeah, true.
I was just like, if I haven't responded for 20 minutes, I'm not gonna respond.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm busy.
I have a job.
I have so much to do. So many people in my office got laid off. Like, I have so much work to do right now. Ridiculous.
So I went to the AAW show this week.
Yes.
I brought my friend Liz. We ended up getting there a little late because extenuating circumstances. But when we walked in, so there was a cage match with Ohio's Are for Killers and Eddie and Homicide.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at the end, and like Abyss came out, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see the match. But Homicide was like laying on the ground, and Eddie Kingston was like freaking out. And like screaming, like got in the ref's face, like a bunch of people came out. He was like, I don't fucking care about this paycheck. This guy's a legend. You always protect Callahan. We didn't know about that. We didn't know about the like pile driver. Like,
whoa.
So I was like, but we walked in on that, and I was like, this is real, right? Like, I honestly can't tell. Is this real? Because this feels real.
Yeah.
Because the ref looked scared, and like, you know, I don't know, it was weird. But then I looked online, and he didn't say anything about it, and he's on the poster for the next show.
Weird.
And he's like tweeting up, like he's just like retweeting so I had no idea.
That's very bizarre.
And it was before the like live feed went out, so it was fucking weird.
Weird. That's very weird. We were saying before we went on air, like, AEW's just had such a weird atmosphere lately. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. It was like,
Well,
literally just
like,
these last 3 shows have all been like that, where it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it's just so strange.
Yeah, unfortunately, when I said I was really bored with wrestling this week, it kind of included AEW.
That sucks.
Which really sucks. Especially because I took a friend who doesn't know anything about wrestling, but she had a really good time.
That's good.
So that's good. She was like, I didn't expect it to be so funny. And I was like, yeah, wrestling's dumb. It's the best.
Yeah. True.
Like, it's so stupid. There was one moment that was friggin' amazing. And I cannot believe it wasn't the main event. Also, full disclosure, we also, due to, like, extenuating circumstances, we had to leave early. So we didn't see the last 2 matches. But, like, I didn't care at that point. Because, honestly, it was such a high at the, like, beginning middle. Like, this match was at, like, the beginning middle. And I was like, after that, like, you, like, really blew your load.
Yeah.
But Sammy comes out. He's the champ. Mm-hmm. He comes out, and it's just, like, shitty being Sammy. Like, I put this place on the map. Nobody can touch me, blah, blah. So I'm going to issue an open challenge.
Wait, that wasn't the end of the show?
No.
What? Who
it was? Like, middle top. It was, like, a 6-man. It was a 4-man. It was Brian Cage and Phoenix. No, it was Brian Cage and Michael Elgin versus Phoenix and ACH.
No, thank you.
And I was like, so when Liz was like,
most of those people.
Yeah, she was like, I kind of have to go. And I was like, okay. Because it was Abyss and Colt Cabana. And I was like, I love Colt, but like, I don't really need to see Abyss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I hate Michael Elgin. And that seemed like a weird final match. So, and it was already like, the show is so long. Those shows are long, but like, we left at like 11 and there were 2 other matches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm not into this tonight.
That's weird.
But this match was fucking cool. So he issues an open challenge, and we're all like, oh, who's gonna be? He was like, even Stone Cold Austin's afraid to come out here, because I guess Stone Cold like tweeted at him or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then we're waiting, and then fucking Candice LeRea's music hits.
Oh my god!
And I I jumped out of my seat. I started screaming at the top of my lungs. I turned around and I grabbed Liz's face like a baby. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, what is happening? And I was like, it's like I couldn't handle it. I just wanted to like rip my clothes off. I was like, and then, you know, he delivers like, oh, you think you can fight me, you little bitch, or whatever. And she was like, let's do it. He goes, okay, well, if you win, then I'll put this belt on the line. But I'm not just going to put this belt on the line for you. And then she's like, fine. And she punches him in the face, gets like one move on him and beats him. And,
awesome. And
then, so everyone was kind of like, oh, so are we going to have to wait for this match? And she was like, oh, so does that mean I get my championship match right now? And we were like, yeah!
awesome.
It was so good. And then the match was just so good. Like, Candice is an excellent intergender wrestler.
Yes.
Sammy wasn't pulling any punches, which, like, you don't have to do with Candice.
Yeah.
Because Candice is the best. And, like, he's big and tough, and she's little, but they're, like, the same height. Mm-hmm. There's only one moment that was, like, a little weird, because, you know, she does the thing where she walks on the ropes and does a hurricane rana off of, right. But she usually uses Joey Ryan's hand, and she, like, made the ref do it, and the ref, like, didn't give her enough support, so, like, that kind of fell apart. But she still hit it. It just was kind of sloppy, and Sammy saved it. So I'm blaming the ref 100% for that. There was a moment where she is, like,
fake Warwick?
It was fake Warwick.
Okay, of course it was.
Fake Warwick really fucked up.
Fucked up.
There's a moment where she's trying to ballsplex him off the ring, and he was like holding onto the ropes, and it looked like she was gonna ballsplex him into the audience. It was so good. It was just fucking awesome. And then of course she lost. There were so many moments when you were like, I would be like, that at one point I just screamed so loud, like there's no way you didn't hear it on the like live feed. I just went, God damn! It's so loud. A bunch of people looked at me, and I was like, I'm so invested. I need this. This inauguration day. Just give me this. And she lost due to like interference with the Shitty Ohio is for Killers guys. But it was so good. There was a moment because he like called her a bitch in the beginning, and that Shitty Ohio is for Killers guy that we never remember his name, but he has the worst tattoos.
Christ?
Yeah. So he was kind of on our side, and she hit like a ball splex on him, she hit like a big move on him, and it just yelled really loud, who's the bitch now? And he looked at me and like pointed at me, and I was like, what? Come for me, Jack Skellington. Let's do this. That match was incredible and was so good.
How would that not be the main event? I don't understand.
The only thing that I can think of that maybe is like, maybe one of them was like, I have to be on the road at this time.
Yeah, it was probably her, honestly.
Yeah.
Ugh, man, I'm jealous.
Somebody was chanting Candice wrestling, and she honestly looked at them like, don't. She was like, I love my husband, but like, I don't need that. Mm-hmm. Share my shit. I'm me. Mm-hmm. I'm fucking baller. Oh, it was so fucking good.
Cool. Good.
Which was exciting because I was like, man, she's booked for all these LaSalle shows.
I know.
I don't really want to drive 2 hours, like, especially like if they're gonna be like this, where it's like not guaranteed like the best show ever. Mm-hmm. And Trevor Lee wasn't there, which sucked. He's like my favorite. Yeah. Moose is back though.
Oh, that's good.
It was fun. It just wasn't like, I've had such like, we've been so blessed with AAW. It just was like lackluster for an AAW show, but it was still an incredible indie show, whatever. Yeah. But the Candice match was the best.
Well, if they do like a super stacked LaSalle card, we could always drive out there together.
Yeah.
Like, it would suck. It's really not that bad at drive. Getting out there sucks way worse than coming back.
Yeah.
So.
But that was my AAW experience. Do you have any news?
I have to pull it up on my phone.
I have news.
Yeah?
That is utterly confusing to me.
Okay.
So I guess Dolph Ziggler marched in the Women's March.
He apparently was covering it for a conservative news outlet, and that's why.
That makes so much more sense.
Right, that's what I
just saw a picture of him like marching, and I was like, my brain, it hurts. I understand what, who?
Yeah, I was also confused. I did not seek out or watch whatever coverage he was doing, so I'm just gonna not say anything about it.
I just was confused by that photo. I was like, my brain is
at
loving.
least he was there, I guess. I'm gonna just hope he didn't say anything shitty, and like then. Good for you for being there, I guess.
Yeah.
It was nice to see how many WWE wrestlers were like,
yes,
this
Seth
is
Rollins!
Good. Oh my God, Seth's
Thank
the best.
God. Like, I know he has that weird past dating a Nazi, but like, whatever.
Seth Rollins is like woke as fuck out of nowhere. He's like, hey, I'm an atheist. Also watch this movie about the prison industrial complex and how it's akin to slavery. Also, go Women's March. I'm like, wait a minute.
Thank God.
You're so cool.
I need my wrestlers woke.
Right? That's another one. Sami Zayn has just been like stepping
Honestly,
up.
we're jumping ahead, but like for twofold reasons, the stepping up, but also because he had one of the only matches that I found entertaining this week. Sami Zayn, total Bay of the week.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yep, totally agree with that. Great choice. Yeah, so it was nice to see, and like he has a lot to lose.
Yeah,
like
his position is not a safe one.
no,
Like,
it's quite precarious.
yeah,
but he like
quite precarious.
And
That's
he's also-
Sami Zayn.
he's also like he's a Syrian immigrant. Like he in many ways has a very precarious position. Like, but I'm glad. Good for him. Woke as fuck. Need my wrestlers woke.
That's my new tagline.
I'm
Need
a
my
jack.
wrestlers woke.
Excellent. There is news. Pentagon Jr. no longer with AAA and no longer Pentagon Jr. That's no longer his name.
Just Pentagon Dark or just Pentagon?
Pentagon Dark is owned by Lucha Underground. Which
So
is
just
AAA.
Pentagon?
He's Penta El Serra Mado. I'm sorry. Always gets fear and shit confused, and I know that those are different words. One of them has an R.
Miedo.
Mado, yes. So he's Penta El Serra Mado.
Pentagon No Fear?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yep.
Good for him.
I feel like
he's
everyone
famous
calls him-
enough right now that he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly. Like, I don't love that name. I don't think it's great. If he just winds up as Penta, that's fine. If he just winds up as Serra Mado, that's fine. Like, I don't really care. I'm just glad that he is going to
He
be...
should just be called Miedo and be like, I am fear, I have zero of it. But in Spanish, so it'll sound better.
Yeah, true. So there's that, which means he'll be at more indie shows again, which is
Dope.
great. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they, if they continue to use him in Lucha Underground now that he's not in AAA. I wonder also how they're going to do that with Phoenix, because he's no longer part of that company. So I wonder how much El Rey will have pull to say, like, no, they're still going to be part of this.
I bet you they still will be.
I hope so. Like, they're both great, so that would be awesome.
It'd be weird to have Lucha Underground without Pentagon and Puma.
Yeah, true. That's
And
true.
Sexy Star.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird. Like, so much of the cast is different.
I mean, shit turns over.
That's true.
It's still good. We still got the Mac.
That's true. We do still have the Mac.
Katrina can never leave or I'll cry.
Agreed.
But Ryback has a book coming out.
Awesome.
Are you going to read it in your weird I read books by wrestlers that are terrible?
Absolutely not.
You read fucking Shawn Michaels' books and Daniel Bryan's book.
I know, and then I stopped. I read Mick Foley's first book, which was great, but basically after Shawn Michaels' book, my friend Sarah, she works in a library, and she sent me a photo because one of her patrons requested Shawn Michaels' book. She was like, hey, look, we came through here, and I was like, Sarah, listen very closely to me.
It is not a good book.
He loves Jesus so much. So much. He almost got divorced because he looked at porn. Like, I just can't.
What?
Yeah. He tells this story in his book like it's a good thing. His wife apparently called him into his office one day and was like, did you look at porn on the internet? And he was like, no, I definitely didn't. She was like, bitch, I pulled up your internet history. I'm leaving. I'm taking our children. You will never see them again. And he was like, it wasn't mine. It was a friend of mine came in here.
It was the children. The children are verbs.
He was like, I didn't know. I was just clicking around. And apparently he has sworn off porn since then. Wink, nudge, nudge, wink. Like, I just can't. I can't even.
Theater
read
of
that
the
shit.
mind.
It's ridiculous. Like, ugh, ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Don't read that book. It's bad.
But Ryback's is for sure going to be good.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
What if
If
he's
you-
like a savant? What if it's really good?
He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not. Oh, speaking of Ryback, this made me think of this. This is a couple weeks old. Did you hear that Ryback gave that interview where he just, he talked about how John Cena, like, single-handedly ruined Alex Riley's career?
No. I think Alex Riley and his big-ass mouth single-handedly ruined his career.
Well, I agree. But apparently several years ago, John Cena was like, fuck this dude. He is not advancing in this company, and would stand in the gorilla position and watch every single one of Alex's matches and be like, here's why it was shit. And, like, actively work to have him not work.
I don't know.
I'm like, that's shitty and it sucks. At the same time, Alex Riley's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
And
he
so,
probably actually did something bad to John Cena.
or, like, you recognize when someone just doesn't have it and, like, is never gonna have it and doesn't love it in the right ways and is a dick.
And is a baby.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, yeah, that is shitty of John Cena. Also, John Cena is, like, the guardian of the WWE at this point, and like
The Guardian.
that's what he does. That's his role. That's all the news I have. Do you
Okay.
have any other?
Nope. We're going to talk about ROH and TNA real quick, and then we're going to make our predictions for the Rumble, and then kind of talk about SmackDown and Raw in just looped up in that. And then if you want to see our NXT TakeOver predictions, go over to Cage Side Seats on Friday or Saturday morning. I don't know when they release it.
I'm not sure
But we're going to participate in their calling of the NXT TakeOver or whatever.
Yes.
So we're not going to do it on the podcast, so you have to go to Cage Side Seats. You're welcome, Gino. ROH was boring. It was so boring. Cody Rhodes had a pretty decent promo. Lethal had a pretty decent promo. Next week, I'm going to definitely watch though, because Kushida, Ospreay, and Skrull are going to be on it.
Oh,
so I was
yeah.
like, next week sounds dope. This sounds boring.
Fair.
I did think the promos were good. It was just like the matches were just dull. It was like a 6-man. It was the Rebellion versus Leo Rush, Donovan Dijak, and that New Zealand guy. I see. I don't even know his name. Then Cody had a promo, and then it was Cody versus Steve Corino because he was going to sacrifice him.
I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, exactly. And then Lethal had a really good promo. And then it was Lethal versus Liger for the Decade of Excellence. And it was like a fun match, but it's also like, obviously Lethal wins.
Yeah.
In this tournament, does Jushin Thunder Liger go farther in this tournament? No.
No.
So it was like, whatever.
Okay.
TNA was
Also boring?
Everything was boring. It was, so they rebranded Feast or Fired, because I think they realized, like, you've always fired this person, then they just come back.
Yeah, seriously.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
So they renamed it Race for the Case.
Okay.
Which is fine. And the match was fine. It's like, whatever. It's just like it's a gimmick match. It's like, you know. There was a funny moment where Matt Hardy had a premonition in the middle of the ring and, like, sat up and, like, pointed at the case that he was like, this is the case, Jeff. So that was fun. But Trevor Lee got a case. Eli Drake got a case. Jeff Hardy got a case. And one of the DCC got a case.
Whatever.
And then later they did the unveiling on Eli Drake's talk show where Eli Drake doesn't talk. Tyrus talks for him. It was weird because, like, there were really funny moments, but then it was just, like, trying too hard. Like, all the DCC stuff fell flat. Like, they kept changing their masks out, and, like, their masks would have, like, smiley faces on them and stuff, and it, like, wasn't funny. Trevor Lee was funny because Trevor Lee was just playing, like, a dumb, like, hick and was like, ooh, is this Des Mahogany? Like, and he was like, oh, I really like, he was, like, being, like, kind of nice, and he was being nice, but he was also pointing out things that, like, Eli Drake didn't want to talk about. But Trevor Lee is amazing, and I love him. Tyrus had some okay moments. Eli Drake was great, even without talking. But it was, like, kind of weird.
Did they ever follow up with the Fixer stuff with Tyrus?
No, I think it's just Tyrus and Eli Drake now.
Okay.
Because Tyrus is, like, talking for Eli Drake.
Okay.
Which is kind of working. Brooke is officially back. She had a match with Deonna Purrazzo. I'm so confused.
What?
Yeah. What
the fuck?
What is Deonna Purrazzo? Where is she? What does she do? Is she everywhere? Is she a ghost?
Definitely a ghost. She's got to at least be a ghost.
She's everywhere.
Oh, weird.
And, like, TNA, these are pre-taped, but they weren't taped that long ago. They were taped after the new year.
Right, and she was just fucking on SmackDown as the luchadora. Like, she was backstage, and she was on that
That was
episode of
Mickey
Raw.
James, Erin.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so I was, like, I was, like, confused by that. The match was fine. Like I said, Brooke is, like, rated, right? So, like, she's not great, but she's not bad. Deonna had funny moments, though, because she was like, oh, you just had a baby? You can't wrestle? Moms can't wrestle.
Oh my god.
That was pretty funny. She lost, obviously. But it was pretty funny. Moms can't wrestle.
Awesome.
And Drew Galloway is back. So remember when you were like, Drew Galloway's not coming back? And I was like, oh, I'm sad. You made me sad for no reason.
Well, I'm sorry. You can blame Drew Galloway for telling us at AAW that he's
His
now
match,
in the
his
Indies.
match with Silas was good at AAW.
Oh, that was Silas' final match?
Yeah, that was good. Drew won that match.
in follow-up to weird wrestler dreams, I've now had 3 dreams about wrestlers that involved no sex, none at all, but they involved having fulfilling emotional relationships. And one of them was with Silas Young, and I cannot explain it.
I was going to be so jealous if you said Drew Galloway.
No, it was not Drew Galloway. It's so
You're
far...
not allowed to dream about Drew Galloway.
Whatever. I doubt very highly that I will. So far, I've had those dreams about... I guess that's actually the 4th. I had one about Silas Young, one about Chris Hero, one about Colt Cabana, and one about Finn Balor. No sexy times. None at all. Even though I'm attracted to basically all of those people. Nope, just successful
But
emotional
you're attracted to Silas
relationships.
Young?
Well, I would have sex with him. I don't think that he's, like, attractive. Like,
You
man,
are,
you're
like-
real hot.
You are like or like a figurative ring rat. Like,
Yeah.
I would have sex with all of these people.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, whatever. So that's a thing. Well, you get to have great sex opera space dreams. I'm like,
Yeah, my sex dreams are amazing.
yeah, I'm like, I sat on a couch
Well,
with a
honestly,
person.
I'm so tired lately because I have to wake up so early that I like don't even remember my dreams, which is like really sad for me.
Yeah, that is sad. You're
I
losing
want
quality
weird
material.
vampire space sex or whatever. So rude.
It's very disappointing.
It is disappointing.
I'm sorry for you.
I'm also sorry for me. Drew Galloway's back. He challenged Moose to the Grand Championship or whatever. He won it. It was a good match. It was a really good match between them. And then Drew like kind of had a heel turn, but not really. He's like kind of a bad guy, but not really. He's just like angry.
Okay.
He feels looked over, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Didn't he just have a campaign with Bobby Lashley for the title like a couple of months
Yeah,
ago?
but he got hurt, and he was supposed to be in the first like Grand Championship match, and they like wouldn't postpone it for him. That's
Okay.
his whole angle. Also, Aaron Rex is still doing that thing, and it's worse. He had like more makeup on, which like I am not offended that he's wearing makeup. I think dudes who wear makeup are usually pretty hot.
I would agree with that statement,
It's
actually.
wearing makeup to do this caricature that's weird for me.
Yeah.
It's like Liberace. Like, I think that's what he's going for, like, a mean Liberace, I guess.
In theory,
And
I
then
really
Robbie
like
just comes
that.
out and makes fun of him, which makes it feel gross.
Yeah. Oh.
Also, the nude tights are definitely a choice. I mean, it makes him seem like a bad guy, I guess, but...
Weird.
205 Live was also super boring.
There were good matches. I thought that the Cedric...
That's true. Okay, the final match was good, but everything else on that show was boring AF.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, I'm watching this.
What was it? It was Tony Nese and... I watched it like an hour ago.
I know,
I
right?
watched it on the train, though, so I couldn't take notes because I don't have a seat on the train because the blue line is packed AF.
Yeah, I don't even remember who Nice was fighting. I do remember...
TJ Perkins.
Yes, that's right. That's why I
TJ
did
Perkins
not bother
and
to
Tony
remember.
Nese, and it was boring. And then...
The best part of that match was Austin Aries giving facts about Tony Nese on commentary, and one of the things that he said was, Tony Nese is in such great shape. Did you know that he washes his ring trunks on his abs after every show?
I know.
And I'm just
So
like,
he
I'm
said
gonna,
that. He
I'm
said
gonna
that on
die.
Raw, but yeah.
Gonna die. It was ridiculous. And
Austin
that was
Aries is the
hilarious.
best.
I
That's
loved
my
it.
boyfriend,
It's so
NBT.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that match...
Also, best part of that match was Mauro Ranallo accidentally saying that Tony Nese was gonna clean TJ's cock, which made me laugh so hard. Immediately corrected himself. He was like, he's gonna clean his cock. Gonna clean his clock. And I was just like, oh my god.
I don't think I heard that.
I tweeted it and a couple of people were like, yes, I also heard this.
That's so funny.
It made me laugh very hard.
Well, because, okay, here's my little secret. Sometimes the wrestling's really boring. So I watch it, like, illegally online a lot. But sometimes the wrestling's really boring. When you watch it online, you can do a fast forward, but the fast forward just speeds up, but it's not fast enough that you can't see things. Mm-hmm. So it's just like seeing it fast. So I watched wrestling on fast forward this week.
That's fair.
I practically watched all of SmackDown on fast forward. I was like, so bored. Anyways, so that's probably why I didn't hear it.
It was
because
really
it was just
funny.
like,
Yeah. Fair.
Yes, the Neville and Cedric Alexander match was really good.
It was very good.
It was really good.
It started out kind of slow, and I was like, oh, this is boring, just like everything else. And then it got fucking great. And it was long. It was super long, which was excellent. Like, I'm so glad that they had so much time to work. They're both so good. Like, Cedric looked great. Neville
Cedric
looked great.
looked super strong, totally, even after the finish. Like, yeah.
I totally agree. I loved that, the move that he did, everyone freaked out about, and and Mara was like, it was inverted.
It was a standing
Spanish fly. Yeah, I was like, I've never even heard of that. That was awesome. It looked so cool.
It looked great. I love that they like slowed it down.
Yeah, because it was just impressive. Like they're
I also like that Neville won not using the red arrow.
Yes,
he doesn't have to use the red arrow every time.
Yep, I agree.
The submission looked good.
Yep, I totally agree. I like that he started to shift to that being his like primary finisher now. It's smart because it's what people want from him is to be a high flyer because that was his whole thing. And so now as a heel, like, no, I'm gonna get you down on the ground and that's how I'm gonna finish you. I'm not gonna do the flippy shit anymore. Like, great, awesome.
Yeah.
I also loved Gnome running in like a tiny little gnome. He was so cute.
Gnome the gnome.
He's so adorable. It was weird. I couldn't tell if Cedric actually slipped or if that was on purpose or the ending was very weird. That was my only complaint is that I think
he actually slipped.
I think that he may have too, but it like worked so well that it was like, oh, okay. Because Neville just boom had it. It was like, oh, did you fall? I already have your arm in my arms. So it was just like, oh, okay.
I have your arms in my arms. It's like a Charlotte Church.
No,
it was more like I was going for like a Charlotte Church vibe.
Oh, okay. I definitely felt Idina Menzel in that moment.
Idina Menzel, okay, here's the thing. I love Bette Midler. I have a Bette Midler tattoo. Mm-hmm. Bette Midler is my queen. She's my hero. She's my everything. Yes. Right? Uh-huh. Unpopular opinion. I hate beaches. I really do. I like Bette Midler in Beaches. She's very funny. I hate, with a burning passion, Barbara Hershey. I just like everything she's ever done. I just hate her. So she like ruins that movie for me. Mm-hmm. But I also find it completely unnecessary to remake Beaches.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous.
With Idina Menzel.
I know. It's so dumb. That came on with the
Yeah, because it's been promoted in Twitter.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
It came up. I was watching some home renovation show. No, that's not true. I was watching Project Runway because it airs on Lifetime, and that's where they're showing Beaches. And so they were showing this commercial, and Michael was like, "What is this? I don't understand." And I was like, "Do you know anything about Beaches?" No clue. No idea what it was about. And I was like, "So, okay, spoiler if you've never seen Beaches. Basically, these women are best friends, and then one of them gets cancer and dies."
Well, these women are best friends, and one of them is like a big show off, and one of them's like quiet and reserved, and like always supports her, and then that one gets cancer and dies, and then at the end it's, "You must have been cold there in my shadow." That's the movie is just giving meaning to that song.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So
to never
that's
feel sunlight on your face. Oh, you don't think I can sing that in there all day, all night?
Oh no, it was more that you reached out and touched my face.
I didn't. I almost did, but like I have cheese bread, chicken wing fingers.
I appreciate that.
So, I did not. Also, if you have heard eating through this podcast, that is what we're doing.
Yes, exactly.
Because I had a full dinner and then was like, Nick, I'm going to order cheese bread.
You need this.
I'm an adult. Royal Rumble.
Yeah, yay.
Oh, pulling up the card.
I forgot that this was this Sunday.
I'm so sad that I can't watch it live. I'm going to be so just so everyone knows, I'm going to be Twitter dark during the Rumble because I have a like work party that like it's the job that I love and the people that I love, and it's like important, and it's like the Rumble happens every year, but like, you know, you have to live your life and have experiences and stuff.
It's true. There will always be the Rumble.
There will always remember the Rumble.
God, so stupid.
It took me like a month to realize why. As soon as they said Alamo Dome, I was like, oh. But, like, I zone out a lot of the times when people are talking. So.
Yes.
So on the kickoff show, Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax.
This is actually gonna be dope.
I think it's gonna be really good. I've really been into Nia's promos.
I agree.
think she's been doing a really good job.
Yeah, I totally agree. I actually really like that backstage thing that they did too. The Sasha doing the training and Nia coming in. I don't understand why Nia was in her outfit and literally no one else was. Sense. It was very bizarre. I
wanted her to come in just like street clothes and a blazer and just punch her in the face.
Right, exactly. That's what I wanted too. Like, girl, we know you probably have great clothes. You have to
She
dress
does
yourself.
have great clothes.
Yeah.
When she would do contract signings and stuff in NXT,
right.
she has a great style. Her blazer game is strong.
Yeah, you're right. It is very strong. So that was like one complaint about that. But like, I like this feud that they've been building with them. I wish that we had gotten more wrestling out of it. But
Wrestling this week? Oh, we did get a 15-second Nia match.
yes,
so.
exactly.
We just need to stop complaining. Like, we can't have everything.
I know, right?
How rude. How absurd for us to want wrestling from the wrestlers.
From our pro wrestling shows.
The character development is way important than the wrestling. It's definitely called professional talking.
Oh, yeah. This is a soap opera, just period. No wrestling.
It's absolutely impossible to do character development and story development through a match. You have to do it all around the match, and then like the match is really secondary.
Yeah, it doesn't really actually matter. You kind of just have to be like
losses. It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
Don't at me.
All right. I think Nia wins. Long silence. Right? I had to like really think about it. I feel like they've built this Sasha.
I don't know. I'm contrary. Let's just do Sasha.
Okay. I feel like they've built this injury story with Sasha that like it's good to keep.
Yeah, but Sasha
capitalizing on
needs
it.
a win.
True. But she's also won the belt 3 times.
That's
like
true,
she
that's
doesn't
true.
really need a win. Not really.
But it's like a David and Goliath. Sasha's so small and Nia's this giant unstoppable force.
Yeah, but then they can drag this out to WrestleMania. Like this, we're on that road, and like,
Are you playing footsie with me?
am I? Is that your foot? I am.
Oh my god, remind me to give you your socks back.
Oh, okay. I would have forgotten those socks forever. So.
They've been sitting right there for like 2 months. They're
Okay.
clean and folded.
Okay, I will put them in my purse.
I'm keeping that in. So everyone knows that you're a perv and that I return things.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
Everyone already knows you're a perv.
Character development.
Cesaro versus Dirk Klerb. That's what I'm going to call him from now on.
Dirk.
Dirk Klerb. That's the Dirk Club.
This is the pre-show, right?
Yeah, kick off. I think so. Kick off.
I don't know. I think Cesaro retains. I want the club to win, but do you think they would switch the belts on the pre-show?
Yes.
Really?
They don't give a shit about these belts.
Yeah, that's true. They don't give a shit about these belts. And there's not another tag match because they're not doing a SmackDown tag match for this show. Even though it's a combined pay-per-view that is 6 hours long.
It's 6 hours long.
It's a big 4. It's a 4-hour pay-per-view plus a 2-hour pre-show. Right?
So upset.
It's so stupid.
I'm so upset.
That's big 4 hours.
I'm
fucking
so
long as
upset.
hell.
I'm so upset. Cesaro. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
The SmackDown 6-woman tag match. It's Naomi, who's back.
She's
Nikki,
back.
whose hair looks super good. Becky, who now I want to say something about everyone because I started doing that. Becky, who is
Straight
down
fire.
on her leg, but is on fire. Alexa Bliss versus Alexa Bliss, Natty, and Mickie James. So it's the good guys versus the bad guys.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I think the good guys win.
I agree. I mean, that's usually what happens.
I thought, okay, here's the thing. I thought all of the women's segments on SmackDown were strong.
I agree.
But I wanted some wrestling.
Yeah, and I
Except
also...
for Carmella. Carmella's segment was weird. But I did like that she was turning him into, like, Enzo.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah, I liked that as well. The biggest problem with this, if it had...
This is not kickoff.
Okay, that's good. If it had just been SmackDown with no women's matches, it would have been disappointing, but because SmackDown has done such good women's wrestling, I wouldn't have cared as much, but it was the fact
SmackDown
that...
and Raw. On
Right.
both shows, 5 hours long, we got a 15-second match, and then, like, 2...
We had 2 interviews on Raw.
We had a little brawl with Sasha Nia. We had a little brawl with Natty and Nikki. And we had a little brawl with Becky, Alexa, and Mickie. But no actual matches other than the squash match.
Right, exactly. And it's just the back-to-back of it. And, like, I love that SmackDown is building towards 3 women matches. We're probably going to get eliminate... Okay, here's the thing that everyone kept pointing out to me last night. Or using as an excuse. Is that... Elimination Chamber is in 2 weeks after the Royal Rumble. And
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So they're
Learn how to count, bro.
they're just like skipping over it, over the Royal Rumble. Basically, it's become like a Raw pay-per-view in a lot of ways, and so SmackDown is building their stories toward Elimination Chamber. And on Elimination Chamber, we're probably gonna get 3 women's matches, which is insane. Like, that's so exciting. It's so great, but stagger your shit. Like, why didn't Naomi come back last week and then get a squash match this week? Like, you should know this.
Do the thing that you did with Carmella and Aaliyah. Bring some NXT girls in, or do the things where you're bringing in local talent. Like, give them matches.
Right, exactly.
And then
like,
do the promos around them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it was
I'm not saying you have to sacrifice one of these stories or sacrifice one of these women to the other storyline.
Right, exactly. It's just the fact that, like, you don't think far enough ahead, like, one match, one promo. Like, that should be bare minimum. That's what every show should have. Like, that's not hard, and it's still not enough. And, like, you couldn't even do that. Like, that's ridiculous. We didn't even get a 3-minute Divas match, for fuck's sake. Like, we got almost no wrestling, and that's dumb. It means casual fans don't get to see women wrestle, and that sucks. They should be able to tune in at any point on any random week and be able to see women wrestle and know, like, oh yeah, WWE says they do all this women's revolution stuff. Here is the proof of this. And, like, we did not get any of that this week. It's really disappointing.
Yeah. Naomi looked great, though.
Yes, she did. I loved her, like, Macho Man, Randy Savage, glow-in-the-dark fringe stuff.
You really don't like the green hair? It works so well.
I get it. I like it with her look. It's not my favorite of her hair.
Yeah, I mean, she has had boss hair.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, she's had other styles that I like so much more that I'm like, whatever, I don't care about this green hair.
Do you think the good guys win?
Yeah, I do.
You don't think that the bad guys win doing something bad?
Nah, I think Nikki probably gets a pin on Natty.
It's gonna be interesting to see Mickey in there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this match.
I'm also excited to see if she has new ring gear. I really hope so.
Her ring gear is dumb.
It's trash garbage, and she is...
it's like
she's not
country
a teen girl.
It's like Hannah Montana.
Yeah, like, girl, you ain't Hannah Montana. You're a full-grown,
You
grown-ass
ain't
woman.
Hannah Montana. Okay? Rich Swann versus Adrian Neville. It's obviously gonna be Neville, right?
Yeah, Neville's obviously has to win this match. It's gonna be good, but...
He gonna be the king
It's time.
of the cruiserweights.
And then Cedric challenges for the title,
Maybe.
and I'm into that. Awesome.
I think we'll get like a couple rematches though, like the rematch clause and stuff.
Oh, for sure. As always.
Swan was a good champion though.
Oh, I agree. I think, absolutely. I just think that it's, this is a good way, hot potatoing this belt around is a good way to see all of the people in that division.
Agreed.
And they have so fucking many people in that division, like, it might as well move around for a minute. That's fine.
Charlotte versus Bayley.
I don't know. I think it's
Charlotte. Every time I
Charlotte,
think it's not
I know.
gonna be Charlotte, it's Charlotte. She's the queen of the pay-per-views.
This will be 16 pay-per-views in a row, too, which would be 16, like...
I get it.
Okay.
We all get it.
We all get it. Great. Okay. So that makes
just,
me
like,
think that
totally
she wins.
deflates. Because, like, with Sasha, like, it was just, like, this, like, forever feud feeling and, like, whatever.
Yeah.
I win, you win, I win, you win. But, like, Bayley's story is, I've beaten you. So,
Yeah.
like, it will deflate her inflatable air balloons.
Yeah, unless Charlotte cheats.
Not her boobs, those
Yeah. The
wacky,
Bailey buddies.
Yeah, the wacky inflatable.
Are flailing too bad. Yes.
The way I said it made it sound like boobs.
Yeah, I got it. It's okay. I don't know. I feel like the only way that Charlotte can beat Bailey is if she cheats. And, like, okay,
Yeah, I think
I guess.
Charlotte. I think that's Charlotte wins dirty, and then Bailey's like, you didn't really win. You cheat. You cheat all the time. The only times you've ever beat me is when you cheated.
Yeah.
Give me another match.
Road to WrestleMania.
Do you think that Mania match is going to be Bailey and Charlotte?
Yes, definitely.
Jace, definitely.
If Bailey doesn't have the belt yet, she's gonna win it at WrestleMania.
Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship.
Roman Reigns. I think he's gonna win.
I refuse to believe it. Kevin Owens.
I accept that.
John Cena versus Soccer Mom. Oh, as John Cena versus that soccer mom from Atlanta.
I did love that. I thought that was great.
I love that on the Today Show, John Cena just like did a whole weird thing with his name there.
Mm-hmm.
Was like that guy from Atlanta, and he was just like playing into it.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was so funny. And I think in his head, because he's like such a pro, he was like, "This will be perfect for."
Oh yeah, he knew right
SmackDown.
away. Absolutely. Yeah, it was, I like their interaction this week. I, like, wanted to see more wrestling, but at the same time, like, they're gonna have such a good match at the Rumble. I don't even give a fuck that they didn't wrestle this week.
I think Cena wins, and then AJ wins it back at WrestleMania.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Cena wins too, honestly. I kind of want him to win. Like, I'm done with Ric Flair being 16-time champion. Like,
yeah.
Cena's gonna beat this at some point, and in order to beat it, he has to tie it first, and I'm ready. I'm ready for that to happen.
That's fair.
So I kind of hope that he does win it.
The Royal Rumble. Who's in this match? Does it list everybody?
No.
Ugh, that's upsetting. Jericho, Finn, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Kofi.
I would love it if he shows up.
Finn again? Donald Trump? What is this? I'm gonna find a different site. Royal Rumble entrance. Be quiet, Imogen.
No.
You too loud.
I will not.
Amy, you too loud. Amy, you too loud. Keeping in the cat part. All right. Here are the entrants in the Royal Rumble. Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Jericho, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, The Undertaker, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, Sheamus, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Luke Harper, The Big Show, Sami Zayn, Big Cass, Rusev, Mojo Rawley. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 22 out of 30.
So we've got 8 extra spots left.
So probably Finn.
Probably Finn, probably Samoa Joe, maybe Ty Dillinger. I have a feeling that instead of getting, like, surprise, old dude.
I think we're going to get a couple old dudes.
Well, we already have so many old dudes in this match.
That is fair.
So I feel like this is the year to, like, bring in exciting people and, like, hey, we're finally moving these people up.
Yeah.
But, like, 8 is still a lot. I mean, that's only 3. That's 5 more surprise entrants. Like, it could be so many people.
Oh, some people think it could be Hideo Itami.
He is cleared to wrestle.
Man, my cat's being a dick. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it will be.
Kurt Angle.
He said he's definitively not in it.
Yeah, well, this is wrestling. Literally anything
This
can
is
change.
wrestling, Alexis. It's not real.
Anything can change.
I think that... Long silence.
Isn't Roman in this match, or is he not in the Rumble at all?
He's not in the Rumble.
Okay, good.
He might be later, though. Who knows?
I roll.
Sami Zayn's winning it big. That's my...
I would flip out. I would, like...
Oh, Triple H is definitely going to be in this match. Oh, Triple H is going to win.
I fucking hope not. Not 2 years in a row.
Oh, that's true. He won last year.
That would be shitty.
Sami Zayn's going to win. Let's just go all in on Sami Zayn.
All right, all in on Sami Zayn. Second choice, Undertaker.
Yeah. Undertaker, but definitely Sami Zayn.
Yeah, for sure.
That's who I'm in it for.
I love Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins was like the only match I found entertaining this week.
Completely agree.
It was so good.
They were both so good. I'm like, there were parts where I got apathetic about it because I was like, there's no way Sammy's going to win this. Like, if I had thought for a moment it was even possible Sammy was going to win, I probably would have enjoyed it even more than I already did. Like, Peenwatch Henry.
Yes.
I can't remember.
Sir
Peenwatch. He tweeted me beforehand and was like, oh, Triple H is going to come in and interfere with Seth, and Sammy gets into the Rumble, and I was like, there's no way that could possibly happen. And then it basically did happen, and I was like, all right, I will listen to you from now on. You have great predictive powers. Stella's cat is trying to take shit off the wall.
Yeah, she's a monster.
Monster.
She's a monster cat. I thought the New Day stuff was fun up until Rusev rode it. Oh, I'm sorry, up until Enzo rode it.
I was going to say, I liked Handsome Rusev. I thought that was great.
Yeah, Rusev did a good job. Enzo ruined it, but Titus is also funny. I still like New Day versus Titus. I like that they were like, Again? You can't come out here.
I like to the 4 of us versus all of you. Like, there are 5 of you and 1 of us is Lana. Like, this map does not work. I very much enjoyed that. Also, Lana looked pretty good. She was like put together all right. Her hair was normal.
There was pictures of her wrestling Kimber at some NXT show, but like a traveling show, not like be on the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, did you watch Talking Smack? Mickey James did really good on Talking Smack.
No, I did not. Checking Smack.
Shane is the worst host of Talking Smack. But Daniel Bryan's having a baby.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Any other thoughts on SmackDown or...
I kind of enjoyed the Luke Harper Randy Orton match.
That's true.
It was pretty good. It wasn't the greatest match, but it didn't need to be.
I'm interested to see like where it goes.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see more from this internal family feud.
I think that Luke Harper is the one that eliminates Bray.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm into that. I think that this is ultimately building to a Bray versus Randy fight, though.
Yeah, but I think that Luke is going to eliminate him in this one at least because he got Sister Abigail.
That's true. That's a good point.
What if Austin Aries is an entrant into the Rumble?
That would be amazing.
Oh, I want that.
I don't think there's any cruiserweights in the Royal Rumble, though. Although that would be pretty cool.
But he's the greatest man that ever lived.
I know. He truly is.
You think there's any chance of any, like, woman?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Not this year.
Me neither.
Karma comes back.
I wish.
But
But you can't have... Cool. I don't think WWE could possibly write for 2 bigger women at the same time.
They can barely write for 1!
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. I can only imagine what trash fire would come out of that writing room.
Yeah.
Oh,
it makes me feel so weird that they, like, write Tamina as this big, like bigger girl, and she's, like, really not. And she's also, like, really, like, pretty and, like...
Yeah.
Like, not that you have to be, like, really pretty, but it's, like, she is, like, a pretty, like, fit...
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you guys write her as this, like, monster.
Because at the time, she was the only person who wasn't, like, very thin, or, like, Naomi, where Naomi's shaped like a cartoon hourglass in a lot of ways. Like...
She's like super athletic.
Yeah, and like Tamina is like in very good shape, but is like she looks like a mom in a lot of ways. Where it's like you wear your mom clothes and you come to the ring and you beat people up because that's what moms do. But like she's good and she's very beautiful. It's just like she just fits so weird into that landscape. I feel like she would fit better in now.
Isn't she?
Yeah, she's been cleared for a while. I don't know what show she'll go to. I hope SmackDown.
Where's Summer? I want Summer back.
Summer was injured, and now I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
I thought she was cleared.
She might be. God knows that they don't use people who are cleared, though, for some fucking reason.
Remember when Summer and Tyler Breeze had, like, their weird thing?
I loved that.
I want Summer to come back and just, like, hang out with them. But, like, wrestle, but just hang out with them.
Right.
I want her to be a part of the Fashion Police.
Yeah.
I want her to be the Taya to their Worldwide Underground.
Yes, me too.
That's what I want.
Oh, Summer, get drafted to SmackDown.
She's so funny on Total Divas. It's the Total Divas mid-season finale tonight. But we're obviously not watching it.
No, because we're recording.
Recording. Speaking of, are we done?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
I don't have anything else to say either. Enjoy TakeOver.
What a succinct episode.
Yes, we kept it very together this week. Because we were bored AF with wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times did we say AF, you think?
7? That's a conservative estimate. I'm going to go with 7.
Yeah. Fair. You can find us on the internet. I'm at Stella_Cheeks. Please don't at me.
I'm at EarnGenC. You can send us an email at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
You can follow us on Tumblr at notyourdemographic.tumblr.com, where you can finish out the January with us. We're doing our January wrestling shirt challenge, where we wear a different wrestling shirt every day. I so far have not repeated a wrestler.
I haven't yet either.
And we've not worn the same shirt. And I found that our Marty Squirrel shirts are Marty Squirrel shirts.
Yes.
He is forever now just known as Marty Squirrel, because I
fair.
can't actually say his last name.
That's fine.
They look very similar, but they're actually different.
Yeah. So it would have been fine.
It would have been fine.
Oh, well. Are you wearing it? Did you put that on your list to finish up?
No, I have a list and he's not on my list.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. We're going to do it again next year. It's an annual thing.
Yeah, it'll have to be an annual thing.
Which is so sad that we have so many. I bet you next year we can do enough and not repeat any that we did.
Oh, easily. I can almost do that already.
Yeah, but I would have to repeat wrestlers.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. I definitely have a lot of repeat wrestlers, that's for sure. I have an order waiting for me at Pro Wrestling Tees that I have not picked up.
Ugh, I can't. It's gotta pay for shipping. You gotta pay for shipping. It's not that much cheaper, but honestly, by the time you get there and spend the cab money and whatever.
It's easy to do it on my way home from work. It's just doing it.
Yeah. What is that? What is the order?
What? I'm sorry.
What is the order? What shirt?
Oh, I was like, order of what? It's my Chris Hero shirt.
Who's your hero? Erin?
It's Chris Hero.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Did we do? Oh, K-Chart Seats. Find us there.
Yeah, read our takeover predictions.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe. We haven't had any reviews or questions lately because they're really dropping the ball.
Yeah. What's going on there, guys?
Like, you guys don't even appreciate the work we do. Just like hard turn, heel turn
Right?
on our audience.
Heel turn!
Fuck you guys.
Fuck all of you. We're Dolph Ziggler fans now.
This is an exclusively Dolph Ziggler podcast.
All right. See you next week, guys.
Demis.
Yeah.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
For a healthy start to the year ahead, Safeway has just what you need. With great low prices on more fresh options, there's no better time to eat smart and shop smart. Use your club card and shop the Citrus Fest to get navel oranges and red grapefruit just 79 cents each. Plus more great deals on citrus favorites. Get a value pack of pork loin chops, $1.99 a pound. And find over $85 in coupon savings all over the store. Healthier choices, fresher favorites, better prices. Safeway, it's just better.